Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on collaborative Dreadnok Thunder Machine Soundwave with Zartan, Zarana, and Ravage. Yes, this comes with 4 figures. Now, this is going to be my last review of 2023, and I think I'm going out with a bang here. So, yeah. Now, starting off with this guy's box. So, just getting these guys out of the way. Of course, we got the standard collaborative style of packaging. Well, the collaborative G.I. Joe style of packaging. Where on one half, we've got the Transformers bit where we've got Soundwave and Ravage. And on this side, we got the Thunder Machine with Zartan and his sister Zarana. And well, I think this looks really, really cool. I love these boxes. So, getting a closer look. Of course, this is meant to homage the original G1 boxes. Because we've got the grid pattern, the original G1 Transformers logo, the original Hasbro logo, the yellow, I guess, name tag. And with the G.I. Joe side, it's meant to homage the original G.I. Joe vehicle boxes. Although the original Thunder Machine didn't come with these two, it came with, I want to say Thrasher, was it? Yeah, I want to say Thrasher. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Thrasher. But yeah, for first, we've got 2 figures instead of 1 here. Well, I guess 3, because we also have Ravage. For this side, of course, we got Soundwave in both modes. This half, we've just got the Thunder Machine. The back, we've got the Thunder Machine right here. Shows how these two can ride it. Got how Soundwave can actually interact with Ravage. Well, actually, Zartan can interact with Ravage because he comes with a freaking leash. So you can just walk him like a dog if you want. These two can go in the back like so. Of course, this is for collaborative 2024. And of course, like the others, we can split this. And of course, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so this is going to be kind of fiddly to do. But getting the halves off. There we go. I should have done it with 2 hands, but oh well. You can see that the inner box is white. Here we've got G.I. Joe, Transformers, Soundwave, Dreadnok, Thunder Machine, which I feel like they should have just called this Transformers. They should just call this Soundwave Thunder Machine, but oh well. And for the foreshadowing the next one, just like they always do. This one seems to mention Marauders, which, well, if you know G.I. Joe and you know a certain character, well, the leaks did kind of ruin the foreshadowing, but still, it's going to be Sergeant Slaughter. And, of course, if you've seen the leaks, we know who he's going to be partnered with. But I still love how they foreshadow who the next one's going to be. Like, they could have just left it this blank, but they didn't. Like, they actually left, like, they just put this here so you can foreshadow who the next one's going to be, or speculate who the next one's going to be. I mean, of course, we got the leaks, but still. That's pretty much it for the outer box. And now for Zartan and Zorana's boxes. Of course, they come on card backs, which are meant to homage the original card backs that they came on back in the 80s. So, yeah. These are very, very faithful recreations. So for Zartan here, and it actually says Zartan the enemy, because yeah, the Dreadnoks are not really fully allied with Cobra. They're just a third faction, if I remember correctly. But on this side, we got the Thunder Machine right here. The file card, if you want to read it. You might want to turn your head or your phone sideways for this. Sorry, but of course we got the file card right here, and he's a mercenary, so maybe you want to put him with your Transformers mercenaries, like Double Dealer. And for Zorana, once again, the enemy. Got a really cool looking weapon. It's like a freaking sword or knives attached to a gun. Because, like, these guys are about, like, matching stuff, or, like, they just go with whatever they can, because the Thunder Machine is just a cobbled together mess of vehicles. And again, the Thunder Machine. Got her file card. Again, she's a mercenary. And it mentions her brothers, Zartan and Xandar, which I kind of hope that we get like a Xandar figure with one of these, like another Dreadnok vehicle. So yeah, and we'll bring in the Thunder Machine here. Oh, a bit of a plastic fell out from when I was cutting this. I think we should actually start off with Zartan and Zorana, because, of course, these are just standard free. I'm pretty sure they're 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe figures. And yeah, these two look really good. Yeah, they're not the modern classified series, but like these are just meant to be like a little accessories, kind of like the old Human Alliance series. But starting off with Zartan, who I was really excited to get. Like, he looks really cool. So he's got a backpack in there, which does serve a purpose. It says this dinky little pistol. But we can see that this guy's meant to be all about the disguise, because he does have another accessory in there. But yeah, like, he's got this hood over his head. He's got some face paint on him. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with that little sled thing that the original version came with, but oh well. Maybe like Ravage could have turned into it instead of the cassette, but oh well. And for Zarana, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Zorana, I think that's the correct pronunciation. We can see that she has this, well, the weapon is definitely crazy looking. It's a rifle with a sword at the end. I mean, oh my god, that is definitely crazy looking. I mean, probably not practical, because, you know, you're missing the functionality of a gun, because see, like, the weapon's so crazy, I can't even think or talk straight, but, like, instead of shooting people, she just, like, cussed them, I guess, but I don't know. But if you look at the Thunder Machine closely, then yeah, the Dreadnoks do seem to cobble stuff together from whatever they can. So yeah, I guess it would make sense that she would just find some random, I guess, sword and a busted up gun and just cobble them together. So I guess that makes sense. Because they do live in the swamps, if I remember correctly, so yeah. Now for Zartan, he does have another accessory, which is stored in the backpack. So we just take this, open this up, and out pops another face. And this is actually supposed to be a mask, because this guy is meant to be about the skies. So I guess it makes sense that he would go with Soundwave, because you know Transformers are about the skies as well. But he's just so yeah, you're just supposed to slot it over his face. If I can actually do that. And now it's just some random dude. I know, kind of looks like it just kind of looks like some generic guy with a mustache now. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a mask, but I don't know. It kind of feels like he ripped some guy's face off Optimus Prime style and just shoved it into his backpack to use as a mask, which I know is morbid and is definitely not the actual intention, but I kind of think it's funny. But yeah, this is definitely just intended to be a mask. Because yeah, this guy is about the skies. Let me just getting this back in here. We can move on to these guys' well, for Zartan's accessory, it's just a little pistol. And for his second accessory, well, even these guys could use this, but it's a chain with a spiked collar on it. And this is meant to be used for Ravage, so we'll come back to this in robot mode for Ravage. So let's move on to the articulation, and we'll show this with Zartan. So if we just pop this off the base, the head can normally go side to side, although with the hood it's kind of hard to do, so we'll show this on Zarana. So yeah, the head can go side to side, although it seems to be a bit stiff here. There we go. The head can go side to side. Shoulders, full 360. Can both T-pose. Elbows, which can swivel. They've got an O-ring in here, so they can do an ab crunch. Just be careful not to break that, because it is a rubber in there. Kick forward. Can't really kick back. Got knees. And that's about it. And Zarana has the same articulation, so I'm not going to show that with her. So let's move on to the actual figure with this. Soundwave. And I just want to say, I think this is actually the perfect vehicle choice for Soundwave, because if you look at the original Thunder Machine toy, the colors match Soundwave perfectly. I mean, sure, there's some extra red, but the blue, I can see why they chose the Thunder Machine for Soundwave instead of something like the Cobra Asp or something. So, yeah. I kind of hope that they do some more, like, vehicle choices based on the colors, because then we could get Thundercracker as a Cobra Rattler, or Skywarp as a Night Raven, like in Transformers Earth Wars, or maybe Jetfire as a Sky Striker. But yeah, I could definitely see why Soundwave would be a Thunder Machine, because, well, one, the colors, but two, on Bumblebee's box, the classified thing, it mentions that Soundwave is doing this because he's spying on the Dreadnoks, and of course, Soundwave is normally doing reconnaissance for the Decepticons, so this makes sense. Now, looking at the actual vehicle, just moving these two out of the way, looking at the actual vehicle, well, if you were to compare this with the actual Thunder Machine, these two look really, really similar, but, well, looking at the actual vehicle just based on how it looks, it looks like a cobbled together mess of parts. And I mean that in a good way, because this looks really, really intimidating. Like, the front is a freaking Trans Am that they just put in the front here. Like, the front is an actual Trans Am. I'm not joking with that. And it's like that on the original toy as well. And those end up on his arms, so he just ends up having the hood of a Trans Am on his arms, which is hilarious. But we can see, yeah, it's got this railing here, along with this garden, which, if you do run it over your finger along, these do spin. Are you black compatible? Well, my Turbo Blast Effects is far away, so I don't know. But we got some foot pegs here, so if you want, you can sand a figure here. And, well, we've got a bunch of foot pegs here, so you can sand a bunch of figures if you want to do that. The side can house a big knife if you want to do that. And he's kind of lifted up to show the back tires. We've got these markings, which pretty sure that's a backwards R right there. And we've got this symbol right here, which I think it looks cool, but I'm not sure what that means, because of course I'm not a G.I. Joe nerd. We've got this star counter, which might be a kill counter, I don't know. But the back, we've got this huge cannon, or I'm pretty sure this might be a booster. And it's also got a tow hook akin to Megatron, simulating the original toy. I don't know if they're going to make a transformer based on one of the Toad things, though. But so you're just going to have to use one of the originals. Here we've got a Cobra symbol. Although, yeah, the Dreadnoks are not really fully part Cobra. We've got these floodlights. I'm pretty sure that's a siren. This big yellow thing, which might be used to track aircraft, I don't know. And this, I guess, antenna. So yeah, in vehicle mode, I love how this guy looks. And well, putting guys inside the driving area, well, we can just slip these doors up. Unpeg these. Ooh. And we can see the driving wheel. And it's really detailed in there. Like, you can see the driving wheel, the gauges. So yeah, it's really detailed in there. And if I just try and get Zartan and Zorana seated in there, so if I try and get Zartan in there, might have to remove his backpack. It seems to be sitting a bit high up there, so just give me a minute. So, getting them both seated in there. So Rana sits in there way better than Zartan does. Let me just close this over them. Close the doors. And now they can just go on a fun road trip together. I don't know, maybe going to get some milk, or maybe, I don't know, going to find Stalker and Bumblebee and shoot them. But yeah, there can be seats in there. And then if you have the other Dreadnok figures in this scale, they can all stand on the foot pegs on the side. So yeah, you can definitely arm this guy up with Dreadnoks if you want. And the last figure, Ravage, in blue for some reason. So this is Molly Howlback. I have no idea why they made Ravage blue in this. Probably a reference to some G.I. Joe Transformers crossover comic. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely more like Howlback, and you could definitely repurpose this as Howlback if you want. Hell, I might do that myself, actually. But yeah, this is definitely Ravage. We'll come back to that later when we get Soundwave fully transformed. So, for now, let's just move on to Soundwave's transformation. So, the first thing to do is, well, get these two removed. And we might as well just leave this up and just open up the doors. Remove this gun. Remove the knife. Don't have to do that, but I'm gonna use it. I'm going to use it as a weapon for Soundwave later. So remove these front bits. And remove the gun. And that's a lot of parts forming. These bits all must be removed to transform this guy. Now, I get these two. These are weapons, but this? I mean, it's literally just the front grille section. And you need to remove it. I mean, this is... It's like... At least with Megatron, that back bit coming off, that became a shield. Whereas this... Like, this comes off, so it goes on another bit of the robot. This does not form a shield whatsoever. It's not in the instructions. I think that's definitely a big gripe I have, because... Well, if you're searching for this guy on eBay, like 5 years after watching this figure... Well, after 5 years of watching this review... There might be a bunch of this guy that are missing this, so... Prepare for this to go missing. But anyway, we just removed that. And we're going to start with the legs. Just going to start by folding down the front foot peg sections. But well, we're just going to unpeg the back section. Just like so. These little bits will move in. sure this this bit has to move as well. Yep. See, move this little bit up, and then this little spins around. Pretty much we can do the splits. Spin this around, then spin the entire leg around. And I've got this backwards. Straighten out the feet. Push this in. So if I've got them standing up. Trying to get his feet in, if I can actually do that. And now he's actually too tall for the camera, so I'm gonna have to get something to help stand it. And well, we're nearly done already, so just split the front. Rotate this around. And that's just going to go into here. Again, spin this around. Open this up. Get the hand out. Alright, if I can. Like so. Disengage the elbows. Get the head up. And with the backpack, just leave it however you want. I'm just gonna leave the doors out because I feel it makes it look a bit more unique. So, and well, that's basically Soundwave in robot mode. And well, is the transformation complex? Well, I feel that the top half is quite simple, but the lower half is kind of a bit confusing at times. Like, the legs do a bunch of twisting and turning, and it can be kind of hard to remember where things go. Especially seeing how, well, I'm pretty sure I didn't catch it that well on camera, but like you have to disengage the thighs from the this section, and they pretty much just go down. There's other people who have showed this transformation, so yeah. Well, giving this guy a full 360. Of course, this guy does suffer from G.I. Joe Transformer Collaborative Syndrome, because he does have the backpack. Oh, of course, it's not as bad as Bumblebee and Megatron's were, but still. I think the worst bit is the antenna sticking out, but that can be removed. Oh. And yeah, this guy can fall over a bit too easily if the legs aren't. This guy can fall over quite a bit if you're not careful with the legs. Now, giving him his accessories. Well, for Ravage, we can just open up the tape deck and put him in there. So, of course, Ravage can just be a normal cassette. For this, we can spin this around and put this up, and, well, this can be a normal gun. And that can go on Soundwave's shoulder, replicating his usual shoulder cannon. These split apart. And these are intended to go right on his legs. Again, as I mentioned right at the start, parts forming. I'll just do give one off camera so you can get a better look at what I'm talking about. So you can see the only reason that these come off is so they can reattach on the legs later, which, yeah, basically that's parts forming. It's like Megatron's shield, although, yeah, unfortunately, these don't form a shield. I'll talk about it a bit more in the, I'll talk about it a bit more, I'll talk about it more at the end. My tongue has just stopped working. Given the dual guns here. If it'll actually hold. There we go. And finally, we can give him the knife. Actually go in. There we go. So now we can make it so he's from Birmingham, and he just wants to stab you. So, yeah. And well, I suppose we should get to Ravage now. So, to get Ravage transformed, we're just going to take these bits and collapse them together, and that forms his head. Take these bits and move them out. These are his front legs. Get his back legs out. Collapse in the entire back section. If I try and get the tail out first. And we run the front legs. So we've got the foot facing forward. These and move these in. Fold on the feet. And well, that's pretty much Ravage transformed. And you just move him how you want. And well, a mini reviewing Ravage. Yeah, he's okay. He's basically just a little accessory packed in with Soundwave, so he's not meant to do much. I still don't know why he's blue, though. But for access articulation, the front legs are on ball joints. These can swivel. These can move. He's got foot articulation. These can move. Feet, the back feet can move. And that's about it. Now, this guy's main gimmick is that he can go with Zartan or Zarana. How? The spiked collar just goes over his neck. Actually stays there quite well. And the little grip is actually compatible with G.I. Joe figure hands. So they can just go over Zartan's fingers. And now he's got a pet. He's got a little pet cat. Although, yeah. The chain has it so you can't really pose it that well. It's just rubber. But still, I do kind of like how it looks. And this is how I display him. Zartan holding the little lead with Ravage. Like, I don't know, Soundwave lets him take Ravage out on walks every once in a while, or lets him take care of Ravage every once in a while. But, well, going back to Soundwave. Oh, something fell in the background, but... Well, for Soundwave... Well, I quite like how he looks. He does a good job of actually looking like Soundwave, compared to Megatron and Bumblebee, where they would just... it's just Megatron and Bumblebee, where the Joe vehicles just slapped onto him. Whereas with Soundwave, he flows much better. I don't know what the leaked or rumored upcoming ones are going to be like, though. I'm not going to say anything about those yet until they are officially revealed, though. But Soundwave here actually looks like Soundwave compared to Bumblebee, where that was, yeah, like the cannon from the booster from the Thunder Machine becomes a shoulder cannon, which is actually really clever. He still has the tape deck function. Still has the play button on his crotch. Like, the Thunder Machine works really well for Soundwave. So, yeah. Now, if you want, that foot peg can actually just fold out, and you can put Zartan and Zarana onto him. Zartan's busy taking Ravage out, so I'm just going to have Zarana here. You meant to put like the Gatling gun that he's holding onto this, but it only does work. Just that, seeing how I'm on camera, I'm facing all the way out. It's really hard to do it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, never mind, she fell out. But yeah, it doesn't really work as well as it should. The foot peg either doesn't work or it's too concealed for them to actually use it. And I'm going with the latter because you see it, it's way too concealed in there. So yeah. that's going to be another complaint. Call it a skill issue, call it me being stupid, but yeah, it's sort of another complaint. Well, let's move on to the posability. So, the head can go side to side, the arms can move. Got bicep rotation there. Ratcheted elbows. Fists can't move, unfortunately. So he can fall forward and nearly ruin the recording. But yeah, the hands do not move. And in fact, there's nothing at the waist either, just due to how he transforms. These move up though. The legs move up on a ratchet. Can go back that far. He's got knees. He can do the split. Got a swivel there. And not really anything at the foot, unless you can consider moving it forward for the transformation. And so, yeah. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So, my complaints. Well, I do love the concept of a Thunder Machine Soundwave because, well, the colors just work so well compared to, Megatron as a black color his tank, and when he transforms, he gets his gray colors, or Bumblebee as a green or Striker, but he's yellow in robot mode. Like, the colors work in both modes. So, that's one good thing about this, but for others, I mean, that's one. The barrels on the Gatling gun just keep coming off. Not by themselves, but if you keep fiddling with the figure, the barrels of the Gatling gun just keep coming off. I also find that, well, this guy can be a bit awkward to pose sometimes. I think it's just because, the legs are quite bulky due to them being the back of the vehicle mode. Plus, the sides being the car parts, I also hate that he's got mandatory parts forming, because the grill of the vehicle mode having to come off and be reattached. Like, yeah, they're gonna get lost, I'm pretty sure. Expect a lot of those either being sold a lot in like 5 years, or being missing soon. I also just don't get why Ravage is blue. It's probably a comic reference, but yeah, like they should have made him colored black, just like he normally is. I find that trying to attach on the figures in robot mode is also quite awkward. It's kind of like how it was a Stalker, actually, except I find that just because it's covered by a lot of stuff, it's really awkward to attach on figures in robot mode. More so with this huge shoulder cannon, so yeah. So do I recommend this figure? Well, if the G.I. Joe figures are a guilty pleasure for you, well, the G.I. Joe Transformers figures, if these are a guilty pleasure for you like they are for me, then, well, yeah. But keep in mind, this is over £100. Like, this one was a Christmas gift for me, so I'm not really complaining, but still, this was over £100, and I'm a bit scared to wonder what the other ones are going to cost if they do more. So yeah, but I do hope that part of me does hope that they could continue this, because I really want to see the scale up Night Raven that they have in Transformers Earth Wars. So yeah, but well, This has been my review on Thunder Machine's Soundwave, and this is Charlie Young signing off.